What's up? Welcome back. On this week's episode, we're doing handlebars.
All right, so real quick, if you guys don't know, Todd, who is like a leader of racing, is doing a Triple Crown. It's in 3 different states. The Triple Crown is for 787 Racing. Your boys, Jarman Power Sports, me and Nick, Today We Wrench, have sponsored said event. If you think this shirt's sick and you want names on your back and whatever, let me know. Send me an email. I'll get you in touch with Todd so you can order a t-shirt. All the t-shirts help the cause. It goes to a winning pot, which the guy, whoever wins the Triple Crown, will win like, I think it's like 30K right now, which would be sick.
Jeez.
Except I probably wouldn't win, and there's no way I'm traveling to 3 different states. So your boy's out of that. But if you want a sick shirt to help a cause because you love jet skis like we do, drop us a comment or send us an email at todayWeWrench.com or todayWeWrench@gmail.com. And I'll get you in touch with Todd so you can order a sick Poseidon looking shirt, bro. Without further ado, like Nick said, we are doing handlebars today. It is a #1 comment. Where's your handlebars from? Where do I get your handlebars? Those handlebars are sick. Unfortunately, they don't make them anymore. It's UMI. So we're gonna give you the next best thing. We're gonna take a stock steering and we're gonna turn it into a UMI looking steering. I would probably say that a lot of people don't want the bar pad only because these bar pads get gummy and nasty. And they just don't get cleaned up most of the time. Like this one, you can take gouges out of. There's no saving this. Like we said in the last video, when we said we were gonna do this, these things are like, for a mint one, if it's yellow, like $350. If you want a black one, I think you can still order black ones new, but regardless, if you got a whole yellow one, you probably want a yellow one. So we're gonna rip these bars off. We're gonna show you the bars we're using, buttons we're using, the grips we're using, the throttle we're using, how to do it. Let's start ripping apart these handlebars. I can't let stuff go when I'm anal. This is a new steering stem that was powder coated. This is a step that you don't have to do, but I want it to look mint, so that's what we're doing. All right, now that you have your bar pad off and your foam off, you're going to take the 3 connectors that are your VTS, your beeper, and your start button. You're gonna peel back the casing, well, the clip that holds the cover on. And these are male, and this is a female opener. So you're just going to shove that in there, push the pins out on all of them so that you can pull them through the steering neck. And then once you have all these removed, like I said, you'll pull the wires to the steering neck. And then I'm gonna change my stem to the powder coated one, and then we'll come back and show you the rest of the installation if you're not an anal freak like me and need the stem black. All right, so before I can move the stem, I have to remove, this is some Backyard Brian shit if I've ever seen it. We haven't talked about Backyard Brian in a while.
Yeah, we haven't.
So you gotta pull this out.
Or I'll hold the bar.
Oh my God. Interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna pull that out to get the, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stick my little nail nose in here. I'm gonna pull this retaining clip. Don't lose it, because if you're not gonna put the finger throttle on there and you're putting this back on, you need it. So there's your retaining clip for your throttle. Your throttle then lifts up. You can pull, give her some beans, and then you're going to take a needle nose and pull that piece out. Maybe? It's kind of hard with this thing in the way.
Yeah, all right, I got the bars.
I won't. It's like...
Don't punch yourself in the face.
Definitely not.
Right,
so now your throttle's loose. You can pull your throttle out. Your factory one will just be 2 pins. You just pull the pins and then the throttle cable comes out. This guy put a cotter pin through it, or Brian, I should say. So there's that. All right, so now your throttle's loose. If you're not replacing your stem or taking off to paint it, you don't have to do anything. I'm gonna pull mine through because I'm gonna replace the stem. After that, on this side of the ski, in your VTS housing is a Phillips screw that holds a locker on. All right, so you're gonna take that Phillips screw out. Don't lose it. It comes with the locker usually. All right. From there, your buttons will all slide right out. Don't forget your black is VTS up, white is VTS down, red is actually obviously start. So after that, we're gonna grab 13s. We're gonna pull these bars off. I don't need any of this assembly, so I'm not gonna pull the grips and everything else off. I'm just gonna pitch it in the garbage. But if you're reusing something on here, like your throttle or your start stop, then pull it so you can put on the new bars. So like I said, 13s, we'll pull that off, and then we'll pan up to new bars once I have the necking.
Alright, so the stem is out.
Smooth operator. Smooth operator.
She's in. Oh my god, it's in.
Alright, so before I get lit up, no, this is not staying on here. I forgot to get it powder coated. We're finishing the video for you.
Yeah, we do it for the people.
Yep, I'm gonna put it on temporarily just to do the setup, and then take it back off, get it powder coated. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this out so that it looks like bar clamps and not this big square ugly looking thing. Not sure yet, but see how that goes. So now that you have your steering stem, which you shouldn't take it off unless you wanted it to be black. I'm gonna tighten these somewhat down to where you can still move the bars, right? Stand on it, make sure it's straight. I'm only putting 2 in because, like I said, I need to powder coat that, but here's bars with your painted stem or powder coated stem or raw stem, whatever you want to do. Next, we're gonna show you the cover that covers up this big ugly hole, and then we'll move on to grips and button holders. All right, so here's our cover. We have 4 screws that hold the cover together. It's designed super nice.
Can't even see it against your black shirt.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there you go.
There you go, you got it?
Yeah.
It's in the shot.
It's reflecting
on this nice purple pipe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, screws drop in there. All right, so we gotta loosen these screws that hold the 2 pieces together. I'm not sure if they probably won't stay in. They're gonna be a little bit of a pain in the butt to reinstall, but think they come out? They just fall out? Yeah, they just fall out. Okay. So this goes over it. This, dude, that looks so nice.
Yeah, that's just the top piece too.
That looks so nice. We'll find Allen keys to fit in that too, so it doesn't look like put them bolts back in there. All right, so these appear to be staying in. I'm not sure if they will. We'll probably end up losing them, and then I'll be cursing you. Oh no! All right, so per Nick's suggestion, we ended up putting the seat on because he kept dropping bolts down the cavity of the engine.
That's today's pro tip.
He's a Jag.
Oh, okay, whatever.
Dude, look how nice that looks.
Yeah. 20 minutes later, we'll be done.
Well, if we didn't pull the stem, this would be like a 20-minute job.
No, I'm saying just these Allen keys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're a little small, but it's nice that they're in there because I'm sure with the sun or whatever, it won't like walk its way, you know what I'm saying? Like deform.
Deform.
All right, so we got the bars on, the bezel is on, covers up that giant hole in the steering stem, which looks incredibly nice. It already comes finished black. That kind of matches this OEM plate, so we're gonna leave it and not paint it. This, like we said before, needs to be powder coated. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut down these sides so it has regular bar clamps. It doesn't have this big ugly square thing. And then I also am going to flip this nut into the bottom because it has a place for it, and then I'll put Allen keys through it so it looks a little more aesthetically pleasing. So now I have my throttle cable going through my neck. So we're gonna do a 3-button holder on one side and then the finger throttle on this side. So the start, stop, and VTS will be on one side, finger on the other, and then we'll put our ODIs on. But so now we're just gonna do the button holder, throw our wires back through, put our ends back on the wires, and then finish up this install. So here's our button holder, start stop. It goes in like this. Start stop will be on the front, which is super nice because you can just tap it with your finger, and then you have your VTS, where your VTS normally is. So this has a little bit of texture to it, looks incredibly nice. No need to scuff, paint, anything else. So our start stop just goes inside of it, falls into place there, and then our VTS buttons slide in. It's a tight fitting, which is what you want, but you know, just kind of, I guess you could lube it if you wanted to, but then you got a bunch of crap in the buttons. So we're gonna pop these in. It's kind of hard to get it in there with your fingers.
Your sausages. All
right, so they're in there. You have the Allen keys loosened. The only thing is that with the start button and the knurling on the bar, you have to kind of coax it in with your thumb first, and once you get past it, just kind of slide it on. So it's tight past the knurling. You could shave the knurling off if you want. You don't need it with the button holders, but the start button will start to do this, which is fine because once you get past the knurling and you bring it back, it tucks it right back in where you play. So like I said before, your hand's on it, start stop, and then your VTS is here. Incredibly nice. Nick will show you the little close-up on this side, but very happy with this button holder. And then now all we have to do is put our finger throttle on with our adapter, put our bars on, reconnect our wires, and we're done. All right, so now we have our finger throttle. You need the adapter on the finger throttle. The kit will come with it, so don't worry about that, but you need the adapter. So you're just gonna spin the adapter until it's lined up with the relief. Put the cable in this way, and that's how it's gonna go on the bar. Obviously, I'm showing you it off the bar so you know what you're doing, because it's hard to show you with it on the bar. But when it's on the bar, you're just gonna scooter down, loosen up your clamps, because otherwise you'll pull a nick and scratch the bars.
Hey.
Come on, bro. It's happened to the best of us. At least they're not powder coated bars, they mar much easier. So you're gonna scoot it down as close as possible. You're gonna throw the cable through, pull it like that, right? And then you're just gonna make sure after you're all done and you have your finger throttle where you want it to be, and the bars or the grips on, you're gonna go down by your carbs and make sure that you don't have something pulling open your carb, giving it more throttle, because it's gonna screw your idle all up. So we're actually gonna try to maybe put the cable, route it this way and see which way is better, but that's just a demo of how to put the actual throttle cable in. I don't know if it'll work this way. I don't know if it has enough slack. It does not. It does not. So you are forced with the stock steering, unless you want to put a hole here somewhere, throw your cable through this, you are forced to go underneath your bars. So we're gonna put it back to how we had it. UMI is different because the UMI has a hole literally right here in the hull, and the top plate covers it, and then all the wires and everything go through there. So the routing is a little bit different than on a stock versus UMI. So I'll grab a bar grip and I'll show you what to adjust on this side now, so you have good throttle control and you're not scraping up on your locking bars. So I'm gonna slide the finger throttle all the way down. I'm just gonna temporarily put this grip on. And what you're doing is you're gonna set your angle, but you're also gonna watch, because you'll start hitting the bar, the actual clamp on the ODI locking grips with the finger throttle. So this would be the perfect position. You can't move it any closer, any further away. It kind of defeats the purpose of having it, but because it's too hard to grip. But we're gonna get the angle. We're gonna sit on it now, get the angle we want, and then tighten it down. So now that our finger throttle's in and our gap is perfect, we're gonna push the ODI grip against the bar, and we're gonna tighten them. I'd highly suggest getting ODI grips just because they lock on and you don't have to worry about them. Just don't over tighten them, because if you strip this screw out, and then you are never getting them off unless you drill it, which is a pain in the balls. I like to make sure my ODI emblem is pointing the correct way, just because, you know.
OCD, bro.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if it goes that way, or if it goes this way, or if it goes this way, or if it goes this way, but I would imagine ODI, the I is up. So that's what I'm doing. So ODI is up.
I'm sure someone will say otherwise.
That's fine. I like it. It's aesthetically pleasing that way.
Okay, yeah, that's twice now you said aesthetically pleasing.
That side is done. With the black steering stem, it looks so nice. Yeah. Like when this is done, it just has Allen bolts through it. It looks so much nicer. All right, so Nick does not like the way that these wires look. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the jacket as tight as possible, and we're gonna pinch these wires. We'll get a little side shot of this in a second.
I want it to be aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, for sure. The green white is a little bit longer and it like kind of flaps out. So Nick pulled the green white, and we pulled the jacket close, and then we're gonna take this and we're just gonna do one little loom of tape around it so that it looks nicer than what it looks like now. How's that, money?
Yeah, I like that. That's nicer.
Now we just have to loom these together. Which we maybe should have pushed. We definitely don't have room. So, all right, we'll loom these together. We'll pull these wires tight so you don't see the wires. Tape the end so that the jacket doesn't sneak back down. People like the video we just did, bro. I'm getting a ton of texts right now.
Text messages.
About the performance video. All right, so I'm gonna loom these. I'm using Super 33 because it's the only thing that holds up in the sun. So I'm gonna just loom these nicely because zip ties look like doo-doo. Okay, do one more loom over there.
Tell me you're in the trades without telling me you're in the trades.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna shove them through. That looks nice, dude.
Okay.
That looks really clean. I'm gonna put another loom here. Just so there's no gap.
Well, it's up to you. Personal taste.
How's that?
Yeah, baby.
Looks nice. Perfect. All right, so now we're gonna tighten, well, we're gonna make sure that this grip is all the way against wherever the grip may be. You're gonna make sure that this grip,
right here.
There we go. Make sure that this grip is in. All right, so then we're just gonna do the same thing. We're gonna tighten all of our screws down, which I don't really like the way that these screws go because they're not the same as the other side. So we're gonna take this ODI out and we're gonna flip it somehow. We're gonna push it out. Okay, so I just didn't like the way that the screws would have went in. So I have those in now. Move my start stop out to where it needs to be. And then we're gonna tighten down the start stop. It has 2 set screws, one on top, one on bottom. Doesn't need to be crazy tight. Perfect. Angle, you wanna make sure your angle's good. I love that start stop in the front. All right, so now all we have to do is tighten down these grips, do our final terminations inside now, and we're done. All right, so since Nick and I don't remember if we showed it or not, and we're too lazy to go back in our queue on the camera, I'm gonna tell you how to unhook these pins anyways. You need the female pin depinner. So if you don't have a female depinner, order it. It's on Amazon, it's super cheap. So now that we have our wires back through, we're gonna look inside of our haul and we're gonna find the connectors that we took them out of to make sure that the wire orientation is correct. So on our VTS, if the tab for the connector is down, it goes Nick's favorite wire, green, white, black, and then blue, white. That's with the trim, or with the holding tab down, right? And that just pops in. And then our start stop with the tab down and facing away from you is, oops, is yellow red on your left and black on your right. Okay.
What if you're colorblind?
Well, like you?
Yeah.
You have somebody else do it. You ever see that freaking meme where it's like from that
Is this from The Hangover?
Yeah,
it was like gray.
Oh shit, I'm colorblind. You're what? Alright, so then we're just gonna loom our wires back in our holders. And the only thing you have left now out in the open would be your beeper. So I have a new beeper for this one. Nick and I are gonna unbox it, figure out where to put it, and then we'll show you where I put it when I put UMIs on. So after that, the only thing you can do is add the bolts, which will come in our kit in case you wanted to do that. But our kit will consist of the bars, a bar pad that says Sea-Doo. They only come in yellow. If you want a different color, you're gonna have to wait, but we can't make it. The finger throttle, which is aluminum, and the 3-button holder, which is the 3D printed plastic. It'll also come with the neck cover. So it'll be 100% ready to go, minus the grips and the finger throttle adjuster. I guess we could include the finger throttle adjuster too. So we'll include the finger throttle adjuster too, but grips, I'm not gonna include grips. You guys can do whatever grips you want. I've used ODIs in the past, which I really like. And on my race boat, I use Renthals, because Renthal just came out with a locking on grip, and they're sticky grips. I'm more partial to the Renthals just because I felt like with gloves on I had better.
They're very sticky.
They're super sticky.
Do not ride without gloves.
They're super, yeah, it makes your hands all feel nasty, right?
Yeah, especially with water.
These don't. So ODIs or Renthals, they both run about the same price. I think ODIs are 25 bucks, Renthals are 20 or 25, so it doesn't really matter, but that's the only cost you'll incur besides getting our kit, is you'll have to figure out your own grips and the labor to put it on, which should take you no time. If you guys want these stems powder coated, we'll put it on a service, because we have a couple stems here, so we could do like a core swap out service. Nick and I will talk about doing that, but it does look like more of a finished product when the stem is actually powder coated, and I'll powder coat this the same color, and then by then it'll be completely black. It'll be better than anybody swapping bars. Attention to detail is where we're at on this. So we're gonna do the beeper now, and then we'll show you where we put it. All right, so now we have our beeper. If your beeper is busted and you wanna replace it, OSD has them. We're looking into getting them as well, but as of right now, OSD is just the easiest, so we probably won't do that. But you have your clip that's facing down, the little nipple that holds on the actual connector. On your left side is a brown-black. On your right side is a purple-brown. Also, so you know, these from OSD come ready to go. They're already terminated, comes with a brand new connector, everything. So we're gonna plug it in. Hit the start button twice, make sure it works. It does not.
Oh, there we go. It works. Okay, it just took a minute.
So now that we have this, we're gonna loom up this wire, right? We're just gonna loom it like this. We're gonna zip tie it, and then we're gonna zip tie it to the front engine harness. That's like, so that your storage bin can still go in, but you can still hear it. So we'll tidy up all this wire, and then Nick will come in and show you where we ended up putting it. But really after that, that's about it. So we'll put the beeper in, and we'll do a broad overview, and then it's on our store. All right, so here's our beeper location. Like I said, we loomed up the wire, made it shorter. Still going nicely with our factory harness. And then I pointed it down because with the bin in, it'll just echo off of this. So you can probably hear it in the video, it's super loud. Okay, easiest day to hear. So with that finally done, it is complete, minus the bar clamp that is just sticking out to me like a sore thumb. So we'll probably just do a little segment at the end. Maybe we'll hold this video off and then show them the complete project, because I can't live with this.
No, but just
terrible.
imagine.
But it does look super nice. Like, so Sea-Doo in yellow, goes really nice. Everything's powder coated black. The bars already come black, so you don't have to worry about powder coating those. You could spray paint the neck if you want to make it look better. The button holder is sick. I love the start stop up here. VTS is awesome. Up, down. Yeah, it's awesome. Turned out really good. So with that, yeah, nothing turning. Now the one thing Nick pointed out, which I was aware of, but Nick wasn't because he's still a little bit new to stock steering, is that your stock steering still has the play it always had. There is nothing that bolts the stock steering on, so it doesn't have play. So you'll still have the same play that you have in a stock steering. That's not gonna go away because you did this. That wasn't the point of that. The point of this was to get rid of that fugly bar pad that nobody can produce a new one, which blows our mind, and nobody can really clean them if they're gummy. So if you're tired of the bar pad, it won't come up clean, nothing. Bars are your answer because it looks clean on this fully restored ski. All right, so before we close this thing out, we did finish it completely how I envisioned it in my head. The top plate is now powder coated. As we said before, these are switched over to Allen key bolts. Before it was the big 13 mil on the top. We put the bolts in the bottom, got it all straightened out like that. It looks incredibly nice. Nick and I ourselves are shocked of how nice this looks. Compared to a UMI, it looks pretty dead nuts, and if you didn't really know what you were looking for and just wanted to look, nobody would ever question it. I mean, I don't know. I think a main thing is that if you're gonna do it, you have to paint the neck and the bar retainer, but even if it was raw and it just cleaned up with a wire wheel or something, it looks super nice. So this is it. This is a finished product. It is now live on our store. We are doing pre-orders. We're gonna do a run of 10, see how the interest is. If there's more interest than 10, we will get more of the parts to produce more bar kits, but it's live in the store now. First 10, first serve. I know it's first come, first serve, but there's a quantity of 10. So actually there's a quantity of 8 because we put this on our store on Monday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, and we've already sold 2. So there's a quantity of 8. It comes with every single thing you see here. It comes with the bar pad, the handlebars, the finger throttle, the 3-button, the little collar skirt, whatever you want to call this, and it comes with the Allen bolts and new nuts to replace those. So the only thing you would need would be to get grips. As we said before, ODI makes these locking grips. Renthal makes sticky grips as well. I'm more partial to the Renthals, but that's just because I usually wear gloves and the stickiness doesn't bother me. But yeah, the only thing that would be up to you would be that if you're gonna do this actual steering column black. Other than that, it's a direct swap. Follow the video and go. So as always, thanks for tuning in. We hope you guys like this and all the new products, and we'll catch you on the next one. That was your leg, huh?
Yeah, that was my kneecap on the fucking... Fuck! That was a good shot, too.